tone speaks. Whatever your situation, whatever your challenges, whatever it is, trust him. Yeah, sometimes I hear and on Yanko Papa the born to name term and or chair and until money afa baby. Me pouch hold on. Be on that same track. Oh, what tire. Finish it. When the distraction comes, a lot of people fall away. Ya tough family na ya kaho. Ya kasa we are no more going to pursue our purpose. Please, the moment I better fam no, kachira wo hu say, na sorry. Me gina me na so. Na ma san so to two man na mo because I have got a place e was a me do. O sha me chi ha. Cars train. Na cars na train no. It's got 5 good exit points. Now, ocean swah. Every exit point, drivers no ejina. No mama point. Ama one bano. Aba be sing. No man to us. Eya no ya bravo. Abrabo no eto de bia. Ya bo ya nanti akọ ye ni to de bia. We pause. And we ask ourselves a lot of questions. Hello, welcome once again to Crystal Creations TV. I'm sorry for the delay. It was due to one or two things. Thank you for your time. Please, if today is your first time of being on this channel, you're welcome. On this channel, we learn. We don't do the bugalolo. No. That's not this channel. This is a channel where we learn. Somewhere in the Bible, he says the little things that we take for granted are those that create a lot of problems for us. So here on Crystal Creations TV, we don't take these things for granted. We tackle them. So this is Crystal Creations TV. And today, it is about fathers. Tomorrow, as we all know, tomorrow is Father's Day. We cannot celebrate our fathers with our mouth alone. We have to do a program to encourage them, to appreciate them. So if you're on this channel, please stick and stay. Bring in more people, as Crystal Creations TV is here to stay with us. If you are here again on the first time, look out for the subscription button. Click on it. Right after that comes the bell icon. Click on the bell icon and then you have ALL, personalize and one other thing. Just click on ALL and you are good to go. Whenever we upload anything here to encourage ourselves, you're also part of the family. So today is a Father's Day, or let me say tomorrow is a Father's Day. And we are talking about the marriage series. On the marriage series, we've talked about a lot of topics that makes marriage. We are on fathers today. We cannot do Father's Day without inviting a father into the program. Before I go to our guest, let me use this opportunity to say, Mr. Fiasam, my father, thank you very much. You know, we fight small. We fight. Hey, I do. You know that. We fight and then we come back together again. I do remember back in the 80s, those days. I'm sorry if I'm pressing or I'm speaking or touching on sensitive parts. Forgive me, but we are learning. I've learned a lot from the 80s to today. I do remember those days when you used to carry your son, Satoji. He was then a kid, around 6 months, 7 months to a year. You carry him on your shoulders whilst you are in uniform. And then you hold my hand. You take us to the headquarters where you were stationed. You hand us over to a group of ladies who will take care of us until you finish your duty or you're on break. Then you come back to take care of us. Ask us, have we eaten? I do remember all these things. That was way back, years ago. Hey, Miss Menio. But hey, old man, I really know that this morning, for some days now, we were not talking, but this morning, Yeah, yeah, I know you are watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing us into this world. And we say, God bless you. Despite the challenges you've gone through, you are still there for us. We love you. We appreciate you. Mm? We love you so much. Let me use this opportunity again to say Happy Father's Day to all responsible fathers out there, potential fathers as well, who are going to be responsible. Let me use this opportunity to say Happy Father's Day to you. So we go back to what is on the menu today. And today we have with us in the studio Pastor Emmanuel Ayaji of Liberty House of Worship, Canada, to help us digest the topic. Without much ado, let me welcome Pastor Emmanuel. Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Mommy Soldier. Should we say Mommy Soldier or should we say Anita or what shall we say?
Mommy Soldier.
There you go. There you go. Every blessing to you.
Yeah. It's an honor to have you here with us today, Daddy. So,
Well,
we are talking about fathers. We've talked about a lot of topics in the marriage series. Yeah, on fathers. Um, Before I'll let you go on, who is a father?
who is a father? That is a big question. I think he's a father. A father is that man who carried young people on his shoulders, dragging one on it, and taking them to the barracks and making sure that they were taken care of, that they have eaten, that they have eaten, and make sure that after the day he brings them home, make sure that they are safe, make sure that they are sound, make sure that they are filled, make sure that they are connected, make sure that they are protected, and all that. But in all honesty, that was a beautiful tribute that you shared about your dad. All right. I mean, typically, when we want to look into the dictionary and talk about father, we can have the dictionary definition of father, and out of that definition, we can see certain things and follow it through there. But if we look at the dictionary alone to look at who a father is, we may fall short of the original definition of a father. So we would have to take the liberty to go to the original manual, which is the manual that is foundational to fatherhood, and that is the Bible. In order to be fair to our listeners, who maybe don't even have the Christian faith some of us have here, as a pastor, I can go on a tangent and speak very spiritual language that many people don't understand. But fathers are not only spiritual, fathers are not only Christians. There are Christians, there are fathers, Muslim fathers, Hindu fathers, there are fathers. So, for the sake of this presentation, we want to be fair to the topic and make sure that every father benefits from our conversation here this afternoon. So, let's start. A father is a male parent of a child. Simply put,
So simple.
simply put, is a male parent of a child. Besides the parental bonds of a father to his children, the father may have parental, legal, and social responsibilities or relationship with the child that carries with it certain rights and obligations. And that is where we come to the rights and obligation socially, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, financially. That is where we begin to flesh out the responsibilities that are really involved in that small definition of a father. And it is against that definition also that we see the rise and fall of who a father truly is. It is against that definition that we measure and value whether a father is only a seed producer or also a seed protector. Whether we come very openly to see whether a father is just a contributor of semen or sperm, or a father is someone who actually takes that sperm from the day of contribution through development, through mentoring, through success to the end of the day. So that word father has got so much to offer us. So much to offer us. So as a noun, a father is a man in relation to a child, male parent, a begetter. As a noun, to take it one step further, you're going to realize that a father is a priest. A father is a priest. That is why when Jesus said, our Father who art in heaven, and our Father is the chief shepherd, he himself is a chief shepherd. So when you connect it spiritually, a father is not a simple word. A father is not just a male contributor of semen, but also a priest. What does that mean? If we unpack the word priest itself, you're going to realize, whoa, the father must be a forgiver. The father must be someone who brings his children to the altar. The father must make sure that the spiritual needs of his family are taken care of. Protection is there. And also as a verb, that is where we get it wrong. When you use it as a verb, someone says, I fathered 3 children, I fathered 4 children. But what have you done with them? That is where the measurement of fatherhood actually is determined.
You counted the next question I was going to ask. Let me try and those of us who are not responsible, the opportunity is here for you to make it right.
Hmm.
So, Daddy, what is the role of a father and a husband in the home?
Hmm. When you say a role of a father and a husband, there are 2 things that you have introduced to us right now. You can be a father but not a husband.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have to differentiate between the 2.
That's
So you can be a husband without necessarily being a father.
mm-hmm.
It is just by the grace and mercies of God that some husbands are fathering children. And we don't want our presentation today to put down fathers who didn't have, or husbands who didn't have children. So we want to honor them in that regard. This program has no intention at all of putting down anybody. So if you are listening to us right now and you happen to be a husband, but for some reason you didn't get successful in seed giving, we do not under any circumstance want to put you down. That is not the whole idea. We are just taking the liberty that a father is a father because he's married to somebody and together they give birth. So we are looking at all of that as a package. So when we talk about a role as a father, I'll share something very quickly with you. First of all, a husband and a father. A husband means that you are married to a woman. All right. A father means that you have given birth to children with that woman. And I want to believe that sometimes it's with that same woman, and other times it may be with one woman and the other woman or another woman. It doesn't matter. We are not trying to uh, put down anybody who has had a first marriage, second marriage. That is not the essence of this. So let's bring it home. Our role as a father, our role as a husband. Let me give you a shocking statistics to begin with. According to a recent US Census poll, 18.4 million kids, more than 1 in 4, do not live with a biological step or adoptive father in the home in America, where we live in right now. 18.4 million kids, more than 1 out of 4, do not live with a biological or even a step or adoptive father in a home in America. What that means that you can be an adoptive father, you can be a biological father, and you can also be a stepfather. Having said that, what makes the statistics so alarming is that children in fatherless homes are affected in the following ways. Remember, we are talking about roles. When that role is not executed properly, These are a few things that happen. I'm trying to give these statistics to actually determine our roles and whether it is successful or a failure. 4 times greater risk when the role is not practiced. When this statistics is so scary that it affects many people in those ways. 4 times greater risk of poverty when fathers don't play their role, when husbands don't play their roles properly. It creates 4 times greater risk of poverty of the offsprings in the households. Number two, 2 times greater risk of infant mortality. Number three, more likely to go to prison when a father doesn't play his role properly. Two, the wife as a husband, together as a parent, or he himself not standing properly as a father. There is a likelihood in the United States that guess what? There are hundreds and hundreds of people or children who are likely to go to the prison. You may think that it's only men, not only men, but also female. I work in the prison sector and I've seen women in prison and I've seen men in prison. You may think that it will be only Americans. No, we have blacks in there, we have whites in there, we have natives in there, we have everybody in prison. The prison world is a hidden world that the real world does not have any idea about. But the prison world, to a great extent, is a sign that fatherhood is failing in many ways. The prison world is a sign that the role of fathers have failed in many ways. Let me give you more shock. When the role of a father is not properly played, it's more likely to have behavioral problems. Children are likely to have behavioral problems. 7 times more likely, daughters are prone to becoming, how do we call it, um, pregnant as teenagers. Now, when we talk about pregnancy at teenage years, the focus goes on the girls. But who did it? Who did it? It is the male who went to connect with somebody's daughter, somebody's son went to connect with somebody's daughter, and impregnated that person. But the girl will suffer that consequences, obviously, visibly, socially. But the man who did it, for all you know, is busy doing it, and or the boy who did it is busy doing it somewhere else. It
Donating.
is, there you go. So it is a sign of failure of parenting or fatherhood. Let me add two more, and then we'll move on. When the role of fathers fail, there is more likely to drop out. Children are more likely to drop out of school. Now, here is a shocker for you. If a parent or a father who himself dropped out of school is giving birth to a child without all the effort to say, look, I dropped out of school, so I'm going to make sure that that child stays out of school. What do you expect? You will have a child who also drops out of school very easily. So, in a nutshell, the role of a father, the role of a husband is huge. And the revelation of that, if I have chance to expand on it, you'll be surprised to know that Psalm 23 gives us an amazing role of a father that many people have not paid attention to. Psalm 23. When you come into the New Testament, the Lord's Prayer reveals the role of a father to us in an amazing way that we have never, or many people have not looked at. I'm sure as I'm saying this right now, somebody is thinking, Psalm 23, the role of fathers? No, I haven't thought about it. The Lord's Prayer, Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13, it's an amazing portrait of a role of a father that many people have not thought about. Then how about a husband? Ephesians chapter 6. When you look at Ephesians chapter 6, husbands, love your wives as God loved you and love the church. And then be unto him someone who protects him, who washes him with the water and the word. The role of a father, in short, is divine. And if we want to find the true role of a father, we will find it in divinity. We will find it in God. We will find it in Christ. And we will find it in the teachings of the church tomorrow.
So, having mentioned prisons, I have a privilege to visit in some prisons. I saw a lot. I'm coming from the barracks. If you go in there, you see these young men there stacked at one place. There are a lot of questions to ask. You know what? Sometimes I do cry and I ask myself what went wrong. Answer myself. There is lack of parental control, lack of parental care that has led some innocent gentlemen. Some decided to start growing at an early age by leaving their parents' home to be their own boss. And with that, they did not get the proper guidance. So they ended up in a cage. In a cage could be a prison, a place that you are not supposed to be. You do things that are not supposed to be done. And I'm seeing some here lately. I do cry within my heart because a young boy, he wants to have his freedom and has chosen to leave home just to follow gangs, just to do things that are not supposed to be done. Now, my question here is I have seen some parents who decides not to listen to advice.
Mm.
Boom. They grew up with it and they married and are now parents or fathers and has not sat down with their wards to speak with them, to get to know the gift of their words. Yes, it's happening to many fathers. Some fathers don't even know their children's birthdays, let alone their how do we call it? School, the name of their school, the assignment they have been given. Why this?
Why do we have all this? Well, it starts with the will. It's very simple. It starts with the will. Um, if we don't have the will to parent, it's
Mm,
one thing. It continues with two, knowledge. This were some parents, were some fathers really fathered before they became a father.
mm,
It's very important for us to understand that.
mm,
Now, there is no, or there is no father who wants to be a bad father.
mm,
That is a good start, but it's not enough. If I don't want to be a bad father, then I have to learn from those who have fathered well.
mm,
It is not enough to have the knowledge of fathering well. I must be willing to father well. So, not just knowledge, there must be the willingness.
mm,
Now, when the desire to father is there,
mm,
the willingness is there, it is beautiful. But now there is a third one. There must be the effort to pay the price for it.
because everything comes with a price.
You have to pay the price for it.
Um,
And the price might not be cheap.
mm,
It might not be cheap.
mm,
It might mean that, let's assume that you are working two jobs or three jobs and you come home, all you want is to turn the TV on and watch. Probably, if you want to be a good father, that TV must be off for the time being for you to jump. If we are making the example of the children's education, what did you guys learn in school today? You can jump and help with the assignment. But to be honest with ourselves, sometimes the mothers are the best in that area. And so the couple would have to agree and say, who is best in this area? Let's do it. But
mm,
the initiative and appreciation must come from the father. All right. You just have to agree that, okay, the children's chores, who is going to be the police of that one? If
mm,
mom is being the police and is always getting a lashback from the children, the father must jump into it. The couple must decide who makes it successful. Role of a father for that. What happened? What made those people to go into the prison? What made them? They lacked mentors at some point. They willed to go and taste something that gives immediate gratification, and they were caught.
Mm.
Some of them didn't have the protection a father brings. Some of them didn't have the shepherding a father brings. Some of them didn't have the direction a father brings. But to be fair, some of them chose to disobey what good their fathers brought to them. So
Mm.
it boils down to the sin that is in the heart of man. It boils down to the sin that is in the heart of man. Socially speaking, they might have seen bad examples, and that's why they ended up there. Spiritually speaking, they might have had an absentee spiritual direction.
Mm.
Practically speaking, they must have had an absentee father, a father only by name, but he was not there in their lives. But that is not enough. There are people who are in prisons. They had fathers who were very rich. They could drive any car they want. They could eat any food they want. They slept in very comfortable home, but they are in prison. The person becomes why? Is it the father? Not the father. It is about them.
It is about them.
It is
And
about
the will.
the will.
Mm.
The will. It is huge. We all need a father. We all need a father. But when we get one, we must be willing to learn from them. And we must have the capacity to execute what we have learned from them. So it is not just the know how to be a father, it is also the willingness to be a father. And it is the willingness to pay the price for being a father. We can say so many, a father is a protector, a father is a giver. Yes, those are all the things, but we must be willing to do it when the price is called for.
Mm. And the price is called for. So this goes out to the younger folks out there, especially the males, who are out there donating, just donating your
Hmm.
sperms every now and then because you got it. And you tank man under somewhere your loins. And you post every lady that comes, you have to donate. Be careful. It comes with a price. If you want a brighter future, if you want a good future, hey, hold that thing, hold it tight. Huh? Your future first.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you don't end up in a place you're not supposed to. All right. At what
Hallelujah.
age?
Hmm.
What age?
Hmm.
Or yes, at what age is a man a father?
While I was reading something, I just, when I saw your questions, I did a little bit of lookout on that.
Mm,
Well, typically, there is not a particular age where a man becomes a father. Once you become a man, once you are able to produce, you are able to donate, to use your word, donate,
donate, yeah.
potential of becoming a father.
Okay.
That's the same way biologically.
Mm,
All right. The biological age is there. Once you are capable, once you are blessed with seed to be able to give, you have the potential of being able to bring somebody into a life. But the question is whether at that point you are mature to mentor, whether you are mature to even see a baby come into their life and go beyond the excitement to be able to clean the diapers, to be able to go and find food for the baby and the mother to eat, to be able to make sure that when that baby is crying at night, you will get up and jump and say, Mom, you just sleep. Let me help you out with this. Whether you are willing that mom is tired and you have to pick that baby, take that child to the park to go and play where that mom is. So you realize that I'm saying baby mommy, baby mommy, baby mommy, because you can't father a baby without making sure that the mother who together you brought that child into the world does not get her fair share of the calmness and the peace it takes to raise that baby up.
mm, mm,
So sociologically, in the United States right now, in 1972, the average age that many people were becoming parents was 27 and half in 1972. Right now, in the States and North America, it has gone up to close to about 37.5 sociologically.
Mm.
So the sociological answer is if you want to look at our context around here, that is what is happening. But I know people who 16, 15 are bringing people into the world, bringing children into the world, but it doesn't make them a father.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily make them a father at all.
Mm.
So, what to you? That's a simple answer to your question. So, the warning here is that the young men out there,
Mm.
the fact that you are thirsty for something doesn't necessarily mean that you have to drink from that cup. Look to satisfy that from another cup altogether. Look at doing that together. And having said that, if you're a child listening to us right now, a man listening to us right now, and um, in our Kan language, they say sebi, but in English, as we say that, we do not want you to feel condemned in case you happen to come into the world through this process. We want you to know that your destiny is tied in God. It is not necessarily tied in the way you were brought into this world. The God who gave life to your father who made a mistake will not use that mistake and punish you with it. You have the potential of making the difference, but you must be willing. You must reach out to God. He will change your destiny. We do not mean to put you down and do not want you to feel bad as a result of how you came into the world. Not at all.
Thank you for this. I I'm speechless. I have seen 15, 16, 17, 18 years giving birth.
Hmm.
They were matured enough to go to the hospital with the woman who was in labor. They stood by the woman
Hmm.
right from the beginning till the end. And I have also seen a matured man with all ranks on his shoulders running away from childbirth. How do we call it? The delivery ward because he's unable to
Mhm.
start it. Having said
Hmm.
that, I'm not condoning 15, 16, 17, 18 years to give birth. No, be matured to give birth. Maturity
Hmm.
does not come with age, if I may say. Maturity does not come with age. All
No,
right.
no,
Hello,
no,
Mr.
not at
Jack.
all.
Does your baby qualify you as a father? Okay, so let me ask this. Someone's question is here. Baby, does it qualify you to be a father? We've talked about this a while ago, isn't it? But looks like
Mhm.
so. Please elaborate it a little bit for him.
Okay, hey, let's get into this big time.
Okay.
Let's get into this big time. And thank you, whoever asked the question, Gloria Addison. None other, if you just give birth to a child and you do not take responsibility, you are not a father. Boom. That is fine. I mean, Stephen Gia, thank you. Giving birth to a baby, that's giving birth to a baby, I think that is what you wanted to say. Qualify you as a father, I think, as Anita said, no, it does not. It does not at all, because the fact that you can just contribute a seed, all right, to be taken and packaged and brought into the world doesn't do. So, what we would recommend for you is that after this, play back a little bit and then listen to the exposition we gave so that we don't have to repeat ourselves. But the answer simply is no. To take it one step further, look, a father a father in the affirmative. Huh. The word cannot be understated. In the New Testament, a father is supposed to be a good shepherd. A
Mm.
father is supposed to be a great shepherd. And a father is supposed to be a chief shepherd.
Mhm.
If we leave the good, if we leave the great, and we leave the chief, and we just take shepherd, 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 a father must be a shepherd. Just that. There are some fathers who are good fathers. There are some fathers who are great fathers. There are some fathers who are chief fathers. In fact, when you see them fathering, look, even if you don't belong to their home, you're like, wow, what a father. I wish I am like that one. So the answer is no. Just bringing a child into the world does not make you that at all. What does it take to become a good father? What does it take to become a great father? What does it come to be great plus good to make you a chief father? It doesn't just happen. It takes responsibility. It takes great responsibility. It takes great devotion. Takes great awareness and intentionality. You need to be intentional. Hey, a child has come into the world. Now my priorities have changed. If I would sit somewhere and be drinking beer or playing dummy or playing games or playing video games, and my daughter or my son is out there with mommy all day long, and I haven't contributed time, I haven't contributed presence, I think I'm going ahead of myself. There is a question that is coming that is going to make us go into this, so I'll hold it over here. So it is not that simple. It is not that simple at all. Father, you got to be great. Let's start from basic. Basic fatherhood is responsibility. Good father is added responsibility. A great father is added responsibility. And a chief father is an excellent. You've passed all your responsibility tests. Does it mean that you don't make mistakes? No, it doesn't mean that you don't make mistakes. It means that you are willing to pick up where you drop the ball and make sure that even your children, and let me say it here, you may think that a good father is the one whom never says that it's wrong. A good father, a great father, a chief father is a very relaxed man. When he makes a mistake, the first thing he tells the wife that, oh, honey, that was wrong, in the presence of the children. And if he offends a child, he will tell that, hey, darling, I am sorry. I thought I've taken this too far. In the presence of the children. Guess what? There are many fathers who do not know how to do what? There are many fathers who do not know how to say, I'm sorry. And that is supposed to be a sign of strength. No, it's a sign of weakness. When you don't learn how to say, I'm sorry, to your wife in the presence of your children, or your children in the presence of their siblings, or in the presence of yourself and your spouse on that child, guess what? That child is going to grow and become very mean, would never be able to take positive feedback or negative feedback in this world. You have a child who will grow without emotions, a child who thinks that everything that he does will be very entitled, will be so disgraced, feel belittled. Say, oh, that was wrong. I have to say, I'm sorry. No. Saying I'm sorry is a sign of strength for every father in this world. Saying I'm sorry is a strength for every boss, every mentor, every, how do you call it? Every teacher, every professor, and you name it. And as a father, fatherhood must be the first place where children learn how to say, I'm sorry with joy and tear. Oh, I was wrong. I got it wrong.
Fatherhood must be a place where children learn how to say, I am sorry, I got it wrong. But it is not so.
Maybe our egos don't allow it, you know.
That ego. Hey,
Yeah.
that ego.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. Mr. Dia, I hope your question has been answered. So let me use this opportunity to say, if today is your first time of coming onto this channel, please stay, do not go. We are a new
Yeah.
channel. We are learning. This place is a place where we learn. The little things we take for granted, which ends up making a mighty ocean. No, we do not do that on this channel. We do not sing Buga here. We do not sing Go Lolo and so on and so forth. Here, we learn. So if you are here, please click on the subscription button. Right after that comes the bell icon. Click on the bell icon. You look out for ALL or click on all, and that's it. You are done with us. Whenever we are here to
Mm,
talk, whenever we are here to educate or encourage ourselves, you will be part of it.
mm.
Thank you. Mama Asti, I see you. Mama Grace, I see you all. Gloria, I see you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. So let's continue. Should no, not should. How important is it to have a father in a home?
Oh, I don't think I would have come thus far if I didn't have a father in a home. So probably, uh, as you give a beautiful tribute to your dad, probably let me take this
Boy.
opportunity. Let me take this opportunity to give a double one to the father who brought me up and what I have learned over the years for just being at home with my children. I grew up with a father who will go nowhere. When he closes work, he comes straight home, and he has a special spot that he sits.
Mhm.
And after he eats, he sits there. And one of the things I learned from my father, he loved to have conversations. When he comes home, guess what he has to eat? Connect with you. Ask, where is this person? Where is this person? After going through the list of his 6 children,
Mhm.
all right, and then he will go sit once he have a shower and sit. And I noticed that one of the things that he loved is for us to come and then for him to chat, talk about his day, talk about how things went, and ask you how he was doing. And I realized that that was very difficult for my siblings. And to be honest with you, I look back right now, he's gone to be with the Lord. But I look back right now and I noticed that that was the moment that shaped me as a man for my own children. How was it so? I learned the discipline of being able to sit down to listen to my father hours on ending.
Mm.
Now you say, why was that important? We are talking about, is it important? What is the importance of a father in a
Yeah.
home? Hey, that's a is big. His presence alone at home is good enough. Father at home is a gift of presence.
Mm.
Gift of presence for mother and gift of presence for the children. A father's presence can command authority by just being there and not saying anything.
Mhm.
Some of us will run, go and play soccer, and we will have to make sure that we are home before he arrives. You have a bath, you are cleaned up, everything, you did the dishes and everything before he shows up at home. So his presence, the fact that it is time for dad to come home alone without him saying a word is good enough. His presence there, it commands authority. The other is also it commands calmness, it commands comfort, and it commands security. Something has happened to me at home, at work when I went out there, and I really need to talk to somebody. I didn't get to anybody. As soon as I open the door, oh, you are home. I got to talk to you about this, and say, what is it? And then you pull a chair, and then you sit down, and you begin to talk, and he will just be listening, will not say anything, listening, and say, okay, my son. Did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see that? Mentoring takes place in that. A father's presence at home is a potential package, opportunity for mentoring 101 where you pay nothing for.
Mm.
It's also security. Security that I am going home, not an empty home is there. The one who protects me is there. The one who feeds me is there. The one who cares about me is there. The one who is the lover of my mother is there. So the father's presence at home is a presence also of love. Is there. I have somebody I can weep on. And then the father's presence is a gift of sovereign, gift of spiritual covering. We can go on and on and on and on. A father's presence is a gift of stability for the
Mhm.
home. And I'm intentionally not mentioning mothers, because imagine there is a father at home for all this, a mother's joy. Mother will be so filled with joy. Mother will be so filled with joy because there is an aspect of the home that if the father is not covering, becomes a burden of mother. So a father's presence at home is both a blessing. It all is a blessing for mother and a blessing for the children. Now let's deflect a little bit. There are some fathers who show up at home. Children don't want to come home until they sleep.
You want to hide?
They are they are also there. They don't even have to show up at the door and they start yelling and barking like dogs. They start with mother and then this the food. Where is the food? And then where is the water for bath? Where is this? No, no, no. That look, as a father, you don't need to throw words around before you are made a man of authority. The best authority comes in a place of calmness and silence.
The best authority comes in a place of calmness and silence. Um, back home, back then, I used to see
Hmm.
fathers who did not know their purpose in the home.
Oh.
They just don't know that they are the head.
Hmm.
I have not seen one. I've seen countless men who are fathers
Hmm.
who do not know their responsibilities, their roles in the home. I have also
Hmm.
seen fathers who sat in the church and the book of Matthew, where the parable of the sower was preached to them, and they still could not make their identity right in the home. Why
Hmm.
are these things happening?
That's a big question, Anita. It
Mm.
comes back to the will. It comes back to the will again. It comes back to the willingness to learn. We can make a bit of excuse and say that there is so much pressure on fatherhood, and the only place we can go and find an answer from is from the Lord Himself. Fathers are best when they partner with mothers. Some fathers don't partner well with mothers, don't partner well with their wives. Fathers who don't partner well with their wives can have every good intent, but they will never succeed as a father because God never intended it to be so.
So, fathers, partner well with your wives.
And the key word is well, not just anyhow.
Oh, partner well. Oh. The word is well. Oh. Partner well. I know why I'm stressing on this.
Hey, hey. Anita, why are you stressing on that? Don't put me in trouble, oh, I beg.
No way. We'll talk about that behind closed doors.
I hear you. I hear you. Do you think I have done it well myself, Super? No, I don't think I've done it well. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. And that is the humility that is required of a father to partner well. Sometimes you need to check in with mom. Mom, how am I doing? Mom, how this daughter, this child of ours, and etc. How are we doing? I mean, going back to the presence of a father at a home. If I let me go back one step, I learned from my father. I am a pastor,
Mm.
and when we were growing up, pastors or some pastors or the pastors some of us observe, they pride themselves on being very busy,
Mhm.
very, very, very busy. And that was the joy. Everybody sees a busy pastor that is a very successful pastor. But we all know what happened in the homes of some very busy pastors. Children didn't turn out well. Some children didn't turn out well because of the absence of the fathers to a great extent, but some children didn't turn out well because they were willing to go and do bad stuff. So it comes back to sin. But what I learned, which is a gift that I share with my children here, when I am done with what I need to be doing out there and I come home, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be home so that when my children come, they will come and meet me. Now, thank God for phones. Where are you, hon? I have three of them. I have three girls. God bless us with three girls, and they are all different. And I have a different way of connecting with all of them.
Oh,
Different ways of connecting with all of them. I realized that my presence has become so with them to the extent that they all take that presence different ways to meet their needs in different ways. One of them say, "Hey, where are you?" He just want to know that you are home so that he can bug you, he can disturb you. If I'm busy doing, she can literally walk and just block my view. If I have just take the remote, turn the TV off, and then say, "Talk to me." I mean,
my
and I said,
goodness.
"What are we talking about? What are we talking about?" He said, "Nothing. Just create something for us to talk about." That is one of them. The other one, I'm a consultant.
Uh-huh.
If she doesn't need me, she doesn't need me. So I'm not that connected so much. But it doesn't mean that she doesn't appreciate the presence in the house. The first one is a combination of the two.
Mm.
Combination of the two. You like her privacy, and then if she has the need to come and disturb you, come and disturb you. And you see, there are some fathers who don't even have that time. They don't have the time for the children to even come and sit. They provide money, they provide food, they provide everything. They even provide vacation. But you see, the provision of things don't take the place of fatherhood.
The provision of things don't take the place of fatherhood. It is
No,
true. Very
it
true.
is. Yeah,
Very. So fathers out there, me I'm
yeah.
switching to Ga a bit. Don't worry about the Ga. Those of you who have chosen not to take care of your home, one, be there for your children. Two, three, get to know your children. Tell me, I have seen fathers who are not there for their children. One, they don't want to, they don't even know their children, they don't know them.
Mm, mm,
Rather, they go out there and appreciate their friends' children.
mm, 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 mm,
Why is this so?
mm, mm,
It is sad. Your son, you do not know. You know your friends' children. You know and can tell the color of their eye, the hair, everything about them. Hey, where have we gone wrong?
mm.
Fathers, some fathers, please, let's come back home. Oh. Let's come back home. Daddy, having
Let's
talked
come.
about
Mm,
friends, yes, let's come back home.
mm,
Because some of them, when they leave, when their spirit leaves their homes, the places the spirit goes to and the things the spirit is able to do there, when they come back home and you are told that this is what your father did or has done, I'm talking about friends here.
mm.
Your father, you're a Christian, you've got a home, you've got a church. Are friends good for a father? Is it good for your father? Is it good for a father to have friends?
Well, that is a big question. Um, that is a big question. Um, that is a big question. Just like there is a good friend, there is a bad friend. There can be a beautiful friend, there can be an ugly friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, just like there can be a good father, bad father, there can be a good friend and a bad friend. Yeah. If anybody can be categorized as a bad friend, then it's not even a friend at all.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I said that is not good for a father.
Mm-hmm.
If I am a father and I will appreciate my friends' children over mine,
Mm-hmm.
that means that I lack confidence. I lack confidence in the kind of fatherhood I am giving to my children. Or on the other side, to be fair, I have a stubborn child. And that means that I need to look for help immediately for my stubborn child. Growing up, one of the things before we even heard about mentoring or something like mentoring, our fathers will call their friends
Mm-hmm.
to come to the home 5 a.m. And in fact, 5 a.m. then they wake the trouble child or the child who is causing trouble in the family. Our fathers will bring their friends or their brothers and they wake you up at 5 a.m. That is when they talk to you. Why did they do that? They talked at 5 a.m. so that the neighbors' family, the neighbors' children will not see that they are trying to correct their own child. That is protection.
Mm-hmm.
I look back and I said, wow, why did they do that? Who will say that they spoiled my sleep, they woke me up? No, they did that to protect their child.
So,
If you have a friend that connects with a father to do that to their child, that is a friend to keep, that is a friend to have. They woke us up with a friend in attendance. Mother sitting, sometimes mother is not even included. Men, you surround the men, say, look, you are a man now. This is what your father shared with us. What do you say about that?
mm.
And then you have to answer. You have to answer. So your father becomes like the linguist. If he's not getting, you ask the question, and then his friend or the family member will repeat the question to you as the son, put it to you for you to answer. What were they trying to do? They were trying to build men out of us. Many people don't have that opportunity today in the home. However, we have in church. In some churches, we have church pastors that we can tap into. Some church pastors will play a role of father. Bad friends can never be a good example or should never be good heroes for parenting or raising our children. So the answer to that question is friends are good if they are good in themselves as good friends. But a father who just wants to befriend people to go and drink, forget about the problems at home, is a father whose voice the children will never know. Is a father who does not hear the children's voice. Is a father who does not speak for the children to hear. A friend who a father is connected to, who they will just go and have their own fun and only come home and get the benefits of a wife and the benefits of what a home can give to him alone is not a good shepherd. And so that friendship is not good. A father who does not stay home to love the children, regardless of their differences, regardless of what he has or does not have, giving them the gift of time alone, the gift of listening, undistracted attention, checking through how they are doing, and etc. That father, he might not have $1 million, but he has $1 million value to impart with. And if you have a friend who does not encourage you to do that, take time away from your family, that's not a friend to hang out with for too long.
A friend who will not encourage you to have time for your family. It's a no-no. To some
No,
fathers, it's a no-no.
no, no, a big one, a big no, no, a big no, no, a big no, no, a big no, no.
Thank you, Daddy, for this. I want to ask, you've got three beautiful children. Do you love one more than the others?
In
More
fact,
than the rest?
Anita, don't put me to the test, oh, I beg. The first test is that to answer, I have three beautiful girls in the house. My wife is the first daughter, and
Hey,
then you know she's the first one.
she has
You
to.
know, eh, she's the one that tops the topmost. All right, it's not a joke at all. So, and by the grace of God, she's given us three daughters. You know, in practice, well, first of all, in intent,
Mm,
as a father, I'll speak to myself. There is no way that I'll say I love one daughter more than the other.
mhm,
But the challenge and the temptation is where we get it wrong is that the intent to love them is the same, but their personalities and how they interact with you
mhm,
makes it easier for you to connect with some of them more in some appreciable ways than the other. And that gives a challenge where you have to learn how all of them are and be able to do what and to be able to relate to them according to their needs and their personality. But a simple way, the simple answer is that deep love cannot discriminate among the children.
mm,
It cannot. So, however, let's say that you have these three, and one of them want to be in your face all the time, asking you questions, and the others are not doing the same. It might appear that you are spending time with one more than the others. Then the question you ask yourself is that, how does the others want me to spend time with them?
mm,
You have to go and discover that. If you don't discover it, you are in big trouble as a father. You
mhm,
have to, you have to go and find. You can discover it by asking them. Sometimes they don't need any big thing. They want to make sure that when they phone you, you pick. When they have something they share with you, you don't judge them, you don't condemn them. If you appear to be condemning them, some of your children will take criticism very easily, others will not at all. And so the tendency to take criticism poorly will make them hide away from it. If there is something they can come and share with you, they won't share it because they don't like taking criticism. And if you're a father who don't even like criticism, then you can that's a double trouble right there.
mm.
Because if you haven't learned it, you can't give it to your children. And if your children know that that is what it is, they tell you, my children can tell me, Dad, that was wrong. In fact, let me go one step. My children don't do it. But in the culture we are in, Someone can look at the mother and say, "Oh, mom, that's silly. Mom, dad, that is silly."
Mhm.
In some of the cultures we come from, our children cannot tell you that, "Daddy, that is silly. Mom, that is silly." Hey, you have insulted me. You have insulted me. Well, how dare you? How dare, in fact, even, oh, you dare not do that. Let's use another expression. Dad, you dare not do that. You dare not do that. You couldn't do that. But in where we come from, you dare not is an insult. Silly is an insult. So the child will like, what is daddy reacting to? What is mommy reacting to? Is it what I said? Come on, that does not warrant the reaction I'm getting. So we need to know our children. We cannot. I would say that I love my children equally, but can I say that I have, I share equal time with them according to their personality? It may not be the same, but it doesn't mean that I am not available to them the same way. It is never the case.
Okay. It is never like that. So, from where we're coming from, we dare not say, don't be silly. The word
No.
is do not be silly, meaning don't try to be. But we don't understand it. Once you say this, slaps, left right, you receive them very well. But we are in a different world.
Yes, we are. Anita, we are. You see, and I thank God for the life of my wife. I
Uh,
came from Ghana. I mean, she's Ghana. She was raised up here in Canada way before I arrived. I came out of the boat and I came up. I thought that I've studied, I've finished university, so I'm cultured. No, I came here to have cultural shocks. It took her to open my eyes to understand certain things. Oh, that one you don't say it like that. If you say it this way, this is what it means. I think I was speaking good English. Some expressions I couldn't use them here in this part of the world. All right, and it takes humility to really embrace that. It takes humility to embrace some of the things that we can learn from our spouses. And if we have that humility, we must know that we are partners with them. They are our helpmates, not our destructive mates. So if out of intention they have something they can correct us with to help the marriage or help our children, we must receive it as it is. We must not judge it. Oh, you should have said it this way, because that was my problem. That was my problem. My ego was so high that back home, being a pastor, a preacher, nobody tells you that you are wrong. My wife would tell me that that was wrong. Basically, simple, straight to the point. It took me a long time to begin to understand. Oh my goodness, if I didn't have this woman, I could never have been a good pastor. I don't even know. I couldn't come this far, this extent. I couldn't even relate to my children the way she would always tell me, date your children, date your children, date your daughters. And I'm like, where? Me, when I was in university, I wasn't even dating any woman. I didn't even have time. I was waiting for God to bring me a breakthrough of a wife, and I married as it. I don't know the concept of dating because I was discouraged.
mm,
So I would say that to be a good father, date your children.
mm,
They learn to date your children in the ways that they have needs, not the way you think that you have to meet their needs.
mm.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Be a good
Mm,
father, you have to date your children. And
mm.
he says, can two work together except they agree? That is Amos 3:3. So, Ma, thank you for being a lovely woman and a helpmate to Daddy.
Oh, say more, say more. Anita, say more, say more, say more. I need some credits. I need some credits for the rest of the year.
Hey,
Mhm. She's
good
listening. Add more credit. Add more credit for me.
Ma,
Mhm. My data is finishing. Add more, add more.
thank you for being there for our father. Thank you for being a supportive wife and a mother as well. God bless you so much. God bless you. This goes to our fathers out there. Who today I'm hosting a pastor, so my lips are really tight to use
Oh,
certain words.
free. For the sake of those who are listening, let's go free, please. Mhm.
Please, thank you, Daddy. Please, so fathers who have decided to be donors,
Hmm.
ah, some ABA now want in a year, sperm donors.
Hmm.
Reason I knew a man. Then, who said to us, we at that age, that if he takes the, how do we call that thing? Chamber pot, and he puts his something in and he's urinating, all he hears is fee, fee, fee. That means children are coming out from his urine
Mercy.
into the chamber pot. And he needs women, not a woman, women to give them those children. So what he does is he keeps his urine for 2-3 days in his room. Yes, I have seen a man like that. There are men out there who are messing up their lives simply because they lack training. Crystal Creations TV is a place to learn. We are talking about fathers today. Use this opportunity to unearth yourself. Do not be angry about what we are talking about here. It is for you. It is going to help you. If not today, or tomorrow. I always say this: tomorrow, or tomorrow, tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening to me.
It is helping me. It is helping me too, Mami Soja. It is helping me, Anita. So just to let you know, the fact that I'm here with you presenting, I'm not learning. I'm learning from here also. So I am learning as well.
Thank you. I'm so humbled. So let me ask this one.
Okay.
Is it right for a father to solely train children? To solely train these children?
The scripture says, train a child the way you should go, so that when he goes, he will not depart from it. The responsibility is supposed to be spearheaded by the father, but not the sole. The father shouldn't take the sole ownership of that. Because every child is not supposed to be raised up with only male tendencies, male affections. A child in a home must learn all round. A child in his home must know about the emotions of a father and the emotions of a mother and find a balance. So when you say train, it is a beautiful Hebrew word. The word train comes from a root that means taking a tree. The idea is about beating this tree up so well, squeezing the juice out of it or the sap out of it, and then making ropes out of it, ropes that are strong to be able to fasten things. So when you hear that word, train a child the way you should go, basically that is what it means. Take that thing that has the potential of another shape or another appearance and whip it up and create something that has the long potential of being able to fasten for strength. In other words, something that can hold austerity, something that can make other things come together and hold them strong. Now, let's leave that alone. So, to train a child means that your eyes are open. You are beating up all the negative things out there. How do you do it? It is not only the father's word. You take the mother's word, you take the father's word, you take God's word, you bring all of that. There are certain things a child can only learn from the mother. There are certain things a child can only learn from the father. There are some beautiful things. The combination of the voice of the father and the mother, when it comes together like this, the child hears it differently and transformation explodes in the child, even if the child doesn't show it. A mother's voice has a unique impact on a child, and a father's voice has a unique impact on a child. A mother teaches the child nurturing. The mother teaches the child nurturing. So when it comes to training the child, oh man, it takes the two to really do it together. But the father must spearhead it. The father must lead the way. It is heartbreaking to see homes where father who doesn't want to take the responsibility of leading the way leaves mother be the one who is advising the children, who is the one who is cooking, who is the one who does the laundry, who is the now in our world go to work and come and do all those things. And at some chat time, I'd go and do other things also. So the mother's work is 24/7. It must not be.
Okay, it's not
It
easy
must
for
not
the
be.
women.
And it I didn't say anything. My last point, I didn't say anything.
I know
I
you
didn't
didn't
say
say it.
anything.
I'm also
Me,
not going
me, I'm a child. I'm a child. I don't want to be spoiled. So I don't even want to say anything. But the father must
I know you did not say anything. I'm also not going to say
no.
anything. Just to elaborate, let me say that our mothers do 24 hours job,
Yeah.
daytime and then night time. I've also not said anything.
I, yeah, I told you this is my first day. I don't want trouble. I don't want the trouble at all. But let's
I,
face it. Let's
I
face
also
it.
don't
I
want
mean, if, if a father, if a father has a heart,
to.
if a father has a heart,
Mm,
how do you treat child? Let me, if you don't mind, let me get into this. How do we treat child? Is it taking the Bible in Bible studies with them? No, today I'm going to shock you.
mm,
Now, the fundamental way to train a child, you'll be surprised. I them in about 5 Ds. I
mm,
like playing with words. One, desire your children. Number two, be devoted to them. Number three, disciple your children. Number
mm,
four, discipline them. These are three, two, disciple and discipline are two different things. Be dedicated to them, develop them, and defend them. So desire them, what does that mean? The child in the home deserve to be desired by the father. Hey, when I look at my daughters, one of the things that puts me on my toes all the time is the first day I saw their mother, how I desired them, how I desired their mother and wanted to spend the rest of my life with my wife.
mhm,
As a man, I want my children to grow to a point where I have contributed to their lives that the first man who fix their eyes on them would desire to be with them for the rest of their life. So I have to bring myself to a point where I make my children feel desired by their father,
mm,
desired by their father. Sometimes I know when they are sleeping there, I knock on their door, say, "Hey, hon, I'm just checking that you are there." I mean,
mm,
let them know that they are, even being home, you desire to have them in the house.
mm.
When they are out there, just by the phone, "Hey, I'm just checking you up. But dad, you know that I close at this time." I said, "Oh no, I'm just checking that you are there. I'm not trying to interfere with your day." A child is gone. He left you just 3 hours ago. And after 3.5 hours, he said, "Where are you? Are you okay?" I mean, I will ask that. I said, "Oh, dad, I just left home. Why are you taking on me? I'm fine." Let the child know that you desire, you literally desire them. It is a tragedy when our children don't feel that we desire them. I have girls and I'm learning a lot. I haven't finished learning. Just like I will never finish learning how who my wife is. I have to continue being the university of learning who my wife is.
You
Now
too.
I have I need to have three daughters. I have to learn. So God put me in this situation where I'll be in the university of learning about women for the rest of my life. I'm in trouble. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. But I have to let them know. So, I mean, training those children, I am training them indirectly by desiring them.
Mm,
Desiring them. I don't have to say it with my words, but through my action, I desire them. The number two thing is I need to let my children know that I am devoted to them.
mm,
I am their number one. When they need anything, any presence of any man in their life, I am number one.
mm,
And if they have any wound, I am still the one who must be the first person. I must bring my children to a point where they know that if there is any problem out there, that must be the first male to call, not
mm,
their teacher,
mm.
not their teacher, not their professor, not their boyfriend. And I know that there's going to be a problem that when they get married, their husbands are going to be in trouble if they are not like their father. Because dad would have done it this way. And I'll say, "Oh, my daughter, please don't go and say that to your husband, I beg."
I do remember I used to tell my husband the same thing. I told him, my dad used to do it this way. And
You
you're
know,
right.
yeah. And why? Because I have to let them know that I have to be devoted to them. They are my everything. They are my everything. And they must know that I am there for them. All right. They will go somewhere. I said, you are not supposed to go. And then they will close. They are on the bus coming. Dad, can you pick me at this time? When I see the phone call, I said, oh man. I said, Han, can you go pick them? I said, no, they are your daughters. You go pick them. And I said, well, okay. At this point, they are your daughters, not our daughters. They are your daughters. So you go pick them. All right. All right. Or sometimes they will call and say, Dad, I really need a ride. Can you ask mom to come to you? I said, come on, your mom is tired. Don't worry. I'll come and take you. I'll reserve all my fight. And when I get there, angry as I am, I'll make sure that I don't start a fight at that time. What they needed at that time is, Dad, come and pick me, not come and fight with me. I need to learn that.
To fight.
So I don't need to do that. I have to keep that for another day. I have to keep that fight for another day. By the way, Han, when you know the last time you went, I wasn't happy that you went, and so please. And then you saw that fight, but not at when they needed you. So they must know that you're devoted to them. And Anita, you have to disciple them. What you want them to learn to become for their husbands and their children tomorrow, they must see you practicing that with their mother now. As a sunshine is to a plant, so love is to children. I must show them I love them. Affection and devotion are as necessary for the emotional and well-being of children as food is essential for physical growth. I must love them. I must just love them. So that's my devotion. I must disciple them. And I must also give them moral discipline. The big problem in parenting is discipline, lack of discipline, or poor discipline, or none of it at all. I must discipline them. Sometimes discipline is not picking the rod. Some people will spare the rod and spoil the child. No, sometimes discipline is the calm presence that you face your children with. You say, that was not acceptable. That is discipline enough. And when your children know that you love them, that statement alone will let them, if you're not careful, have sleepless night. How could I have messed up like this for dad to be pushed to say a thing like that? That is enough. Because words are powerful. And you don't have to yell and scream it before you make it powerful. No. You see, the word from a father is supposed to be a word of blessing. And if the word is packaged with blessing already, blessing can come to us calmly. You don't have to scream it or shout it before it becomes a blessing. So I am dedicated to my children, and they know that. A parent should be, and then I must develop them. If they have questions, things that they want to do, I must develop them mentally. I must develop them socially, economically, spiritually. Together with my wife, we teach them how to handle their finances. Together with my wife, we teach them how to be economically savvy, to be sharp and smart with their money. So it doesn't work all the time. It doesn't, but we are still on it. Mentally, I have to show them, look, when this happens, you don't have to throw emotional tantrum. Take a deep breath, face challenges, face your friends, face the problems that come to you. You're going to be working with other bosses. You're going to be working with difficult professors. You're going to write a paper and it will be the red lines in it. You have to be able to handle it. Problems are supposed to produce, how do you call it, stamina in us, not to destroy us. So we have to teach them all these things. So that is how to train them. So very indirectly. And then, of course, there are sitting moments where you have conversations. There are moments I go on walks with one of my daughters. She loves to go for walks. So whilst we are on our walk, we are talking. When we are on our walk, we are talking. Walk with your children. Walk with your children. Some of us, our children are in sports. Be there for them. Be there with them. Stop everything. As I said, I'm a pastor. But one of the things I can guarantee you is that we made sure, it took a long time, but we made sure that whatever our children needed to do, we were there together. Sometimes I say, Mom, go by yourself, and she will do it. And I said, no, I have to be there. I have to be there. Sometimes you need to cancel important church appointment, counseling, even preaching appointment, or preparing your sermon for tomorrow. God knows that you have to preach tomorrow. But remember, your children are not growing by your sermon. Your children are growing by your example. Pay the price for it.
Your children are not growing by your sermon. Your children are growing by your example. Pay the price for it. I
That's
know
right.
it's gotten in there to some parents, some fathers who are watching. A pastor is on today, so I'm really behaving well.
You are doing well so far. You are doing well so far.
I'm
Mm.
behaving myself. Today. I know fathers are watching. Some of them
Mm.
are shedding tears by now because of
Oh,
things they did not do right.
our sympathies are with them. Our compassion is with them.
Mm,
We ourselves didn't get it right.
mm,
We ourselves didn't have it easy. And if there is any father out there who under one circumstance, we want you to know that look, by stumbling into this conversation today,
mhm.
it's a destiny changing opportunity for you.
For
Do
you.
not condemn yourself.
Mm,
Creativity is coming your way. You can make it right again. And if you need help, reach out to the organizers of this program and you can get direct help and direct support. You can live and you can live well. You can make it.
yeah, you can live and you can live well. You
Yeah.
can make it. You've got
Yeah.
breath within you. Everything
Yeah.
in you is alive and active. It is never too late to change the hand
Never,
of time.
never at all.
It's never too late to change the hand of the clock in your room.
Hmm.
Start it now. Start it now as you are listening to us. It will help you tomorrow.
Yes.
It will help you tomorrow. Some of us did not get these opportunities to have fathers who will take
Hmm.
us for a walk and talk, who will get to know us very well, who knows our weak points and are able to encourage us. Some did not get this opportunity.
Hmm.
I know some parents, some fathers have made these mistakes already. But
Hmm.
hey, you, the child who went through that situation, listen, we also have time here
Yes.
to make sound judgment for yourself,
Hmm.
to reason very well, to change things for your children. Let me use this opportunity to apologize for something I saw a while ago in the comment section. Obronsamumba Nebiabaha was posting certain things that are not supposed to be on this channel. So
Hmm.
we apologize for that. Our technical man is trying his best to have it. And
Hmm.
also, the phone lines are going to be on your screen shortly. You can call in to contribute. You can bring up a suggestion, anything that you want to share on this program. You're welcome. Let me use this opportunity again to say if today is your first time of coming on to Crystal Creation TV, you're welcome. Yeah. You are one of
Thank you.
our family. Please do not go without subscribing. Subscribe. Right after the subscription comes the bell icon. Click on the bell icon and look out for ALL all. Click on all and you are done with us.
Hmm.
Please like this program for us.
Yes.
Rate a thumb up there. Click on that one and that's it. Not this one. It is this one. Click on this one. And you are done with us. And let's also share. Help us grow this channel together. This is not the only program we are going to do. God, by the grace of God, He has
Mhm.
lined up programs for us to talk, things, topics to talk about. And God, in His own special way, has brought us resource persons
Hmm.
who are well vested in the topics we are going to talk about. So, you are welcome to Crystal Creations TV. This place is not a boring place. This place we learn. Akwaba once again. Daddy,
Thank you. Thank you. I am also a first appearance, so thank you for welcoming us.
you're welcome. So, looking at things with the way time is fast running,
That's right.
I am not sure we'll be able to exhaust the questions. So let me
At
do.
your discretion.
Mm. Is it the father's responsibility to solely train a male child? I'm asking this because of something I have observed, or
Hmm.
I have observed at places. The mothers will tell you he is the male child. It is your
Hmm.
responsibility to take care of him. It is your
Hmm.
responsibility to train him. Is this right?
I think if mothers are saying that it is just because of what they have observed in the child that is lacking in their son,
Mm,
that probably it's an indirect way of saying, Daddy, please pay attention to your son.
mm,
But the simple answer is that no. because the son need to learn some things from the mother. Tenderness, for example. I mean, how to, you see, every woman knows how they want their husband to relate to them. So that is a beautiful opportunity for mother to teach the son how he must go and relate to a mother of his children one day, the wife that he's going to marry, and the girls that are out there, not to go and be making mistakes and fooling around with them. That he needs to learn. Father can say, but mother has a way of teaching that child in a way that will teach him how to protect women properly, how to respect women properly, not from a father's perspective, how to treat girls out there not as toys, but as individuals with dignity. You don't touch what you should not touch, and you don't taste what you should not taste because it comes with consequences. A father can say it, but because it's easier for the father to perpetrate the same sin, a mother can explain the depth and the death and the danger and the disaster that causes when that mistake happens with a woman. A mother can do that better. So in training a child, a son, it is not only the father. A mother can actually train the child how to care for a woman, how to care for the home, the way she wants their father to take care of the home that they are in right now. In fact, the mother is the best judge of whether the home is being kept well or not. And that a son must learn from the father. A mother is the one who can best praise the works of their father more than any other person. And when the son is hearing the mother praising the father, the son will indirectly learn that these are the things that are praiseworthy that am I supposed to take into my future life. So it is important that boys learn certain things from their mother. So the responsibility is not solely for the man.
Okay, the responsibility is not solely for the man. I picked up something from the delivery. You said you are not supposed to take something that is not for you
Hmm.
whilst you were delivering this. So I want to stand on this and ask, what should the relationship between a father and a daughter be like, and that of a son and a father? How should it be?
They all have, girls are wired differently, boys are wired differently. You know, there is a story of a man, two boys, one girl, and then their mother Saturday morning, and I'll share this story with you for us to know. Um, they all had a very busy week, and Saturday morning, mom decided to go to how do you call it? To go to the gym and go do some workout. And then father and the boys, together with the girl in the house, decided to go play basketball. So mom has cooked, and then he served the meal and said, "Guys, I'm out of here. I don't have time to eat with you guys. I'm gone." And then she left. When she came back, guess what? These guys, including their father, they've eaten, they left the dishes where it was. The floor was dirty. Everything was dirty. Mom walks into the house and it was like a junkyard. They said, "Oh my goodness, is this what I bargained for?"
No.
Immediately, daughter of the family said, "Mom, I told dad that we should clean up before we go and play the basketball, but that's no. Now we had, why are you telling on us? You are not supposed to." And the two brothers said, "Hey, stop telling on us. You can't do that." All right. And dad was standing there right there in the midst. And then he told the boys, he said, "Boys, we are busted. We are caught." So to answer the question, hey, you can be an honest man in the presence of your sons and your daughters. And meanwhile, daughter was there who was on the side of mom, right? Mom, I told them. Dad had wished that the girl didn't say anything. So what did dad and the boys do? Dad played quiet, and the boys were charging on their sister. Say, hey, why are you telling on us? Don't you know? We said we will come and do it. And then one made an excuse, said, Mom just came just few minutes earlier. Don't you think Mom came earlier? If he had come a little later, we would have sorted everything out before he come. And the dad said, oh, guys, no, we are busted. We are busted. Let's go and fix our mess. All right. So how do you relate with your sons? Relate with them in honesty. And I'm sure that girl learned something. He said, when I confronted that, that's the word confrontation we don't like in some of our cultures. When I confronted that, when Mom first of all confronted us, we wanted to go to the defensive. And when I went on Mom's side and I confronted that, he owned up. They wanted to chicken out, but Dad, at the end of the day, said, hey guys, come on, let's cut it all. We are busted. Let's solve this problem. What does that mean? I'm sure at that moment, that related to the children on the basis of honesty, both of them generally. And then what that did was that endorsed the integrity of the daughter. If dad has gone to the extent of just siding with the boys, dad would have left a big emotional scar of lack of integrity or a challenge of lies on the mind of their daughter. He said, no, that was not what it was. So this small story teaches daughter that dad cares that I tell the truth. It teaches the boys also that dad is concerned about the truth. We can't get away with it all the time. It teaches the boys that dad own up and it's okay to know own up. Do you want to hear the last bit of the story? Mama says, you guys get on it before I get into the shower. By the time I get into the shower, you get on it. And then they all run. They were all running helter-skelter, making fun of her, saying, we are going to do it. And now, what did that also teach the children? It taught the children that even though Mom was upset, it is not the end of the world. We are wrong, and we just have to give her the space she wanted. So let's run. That is a charge. Everybody, run. So it's a beautiful way of honoring Mommy's emotion at that time also. Another man would have said, how dare you talk to me like that in the presence of the boys? How could you have done that? Well, we were going to do it anyway. We were going to do it anyway. I mean, what is this? You have come again. Look, you've spoiled our fun. No, let's not do that. Our wives are not lions and lionesses or jatas that we are supposed to treat as enemies. In fact, where there is love, conflict is supposed to be a learning moment, not a destructive moment.
Where there is love, conflict is supposed to be a learning moment, not a destructive moment. I hope
At all.
some men are listening. I have stressed on this. I hope some fathers out there are listening. Thank you, Daddy. Should fathers quarrel in front of their children?
Fathers and their mothers
Mm,
quarrel in front of their children. There are some moments that we are caught in the moment. I would say, first of all, I would say no. But to take it one level higher, if the circumstance lends itself that quarrel happened, try to fix it immediately. How do you do? Hey guys, excuse me, Mom and I are having some difficult time here. Leave us, let's deal with it. Or if you have already gone past it and the children have observed, you have to make an excuse to protect them and to protect yourself and protect your wife. It is not easy in the heat of the moment. Quarrel? No. My father and mother will quarrel. Sometimes you only hear it in the room. When they come out, they don't show any sign, but they have quarreled. You only see. But you see, sometimes women take on too much. Too much. Depends on the kind of man that she's quarreling with. Sometimes they take on too much. When you have a man who speaks 200 words in 1 minute, it can be a problem. The wife cannot say anything. So the only time the wife will have to embrace everything is to concede defeat. And so the wife becomes quiet. But it must not be the case. However, if there is a quarrel that just ensued, you just make sure that it doesn't go out of bounds. And out of bounds, I mean that if the children observe it, use it as a learning moment. You come back to and say, hey guys, this is what mommy and I think I was wrong. This was what mommy thought. and I thought it was this, and that is why we got it wrong. Fix it.
Mm.
Fix it. You don't put the other person down.
Mm.
You know, that way
Mm.
you are teaching the children conflict resolution in the heat of the moment.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that because I started a quarrel, it makes me worse of a man or makes your mother worse of a man. Said, okay, look, this is what just happened. Maybe you guys don't understand, but this is what happened, and this is what mom and I, how we resolved it. Sorry that we did it in your presence. We don't mean to hurt you guys by creating an emotional scar for you. And guess what? Your children will trust you. Your children, look, a man, if you love your wife in the presence of your children and make it visible, he will always want to run to you no matter what. The same way, as a wife, if no matter how wrong your husband is, if you're able to protect him, your children will be learning that you know. They'll be learning. So it goes both ways. Don't quarrel, but quarrels happen. So when you quarrel, use it as a moment to teach them conflict resolution and own up to the responsibility without going deeper into it. It will do them good. They will take it into their future life themselves. So that will be my little one for that one.
Okay. So
It is not easy. It
yeah.
is not easy, but you have to do it.
Fathers out there, thank you, Daddy. Fathers out there, it's not easy, but you have to do it. That is not a time to throw punches.
No, not at all.
Use awful words.
Not at all.
Don't do it.
Yeah, Anita, talking about punches. I mean, that was figurative, but I know men who throw punches. A man who throws a punch at a woman is not a man. And any man, in fact, I'll even bring any man that can insult the wife is not a man. Any man that insults girls, look, you don't qualify to be a man. I'm not even talking about father yet. I'm saying man. You don't qualify to be one. And by now, when she speaks, she can cut you with the words. That doesn't mean that you should fight back with cutting. Those weapons of our warfare are not
Carnal.
carnal. They are, and as I've said, many battles in relationship are won by calmness, not cutting. You just calm down. You see, your blood can be boiling, but in that moment of calmness, God is present. Why? He said, be still and know that I am God. In that stillness, God is there. So in the midst of that quarrel, God needs to use that calmness to demonstrate that He is present. And if it doesn't come from the other person, it must come from you. And man, you have to take that responsibility all the time. The other can be wrong, the children can be wrong, and etc. But start solving problems with calmness. Be very, very calm. I know it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But anywhere calmness is displayed, you see, it is not one of the gifts that we parade around. No. But remember this, Jesus Christ is the chief shepherd. At the same time, he is also the embodiment of wisdom. And when it comes to the fruit of the Spirit, it mentions tenderness and gentleness. Men, I challenge all of us out there. One of the gifts of the Spirit that we must go for is gentility. Many men are not gentle anymore. Many men are not gentle.
Very hostile.
Exceptionally hostile. And that does not depict the true characteristics of a good father. So for all you ladies out there, we have missed the mark. For all you children out there whom we as fathers have missed the mark, I want to take the lead and say we apologize. We have not displayed the true character of the Father who is watching over us, who is mentoring us, who is God Himself. And let me take one step. Any individual watching us today or who will watch us tomorrow, whom you thought that a pastor who was supposed to be a mentor, a good figure, a father figure, that you experience an abusive pastor, pastors who talk carelessly, pastors who insult from the pulpit, saying that they are preaching brimstone and fire message. Listen, that is not does not exemplify the spirit in which we are called to be pastors. There are secretaries out there who have worked with pastors who just abuse them. I've gone into offices of big churches, small churches where I mean, once we park in the parking lot, they yell at somebody, come and carry this, and then I walk behind my fellow pastors and they take me into their office. By the time everybody gets up and pastor is yelling at secretaries, bring this, bring that. I look at that and said, no, that is not. And some of you have taken that as that is how it's supposed to be. No, we are not supposed to yell our way to get what we want as fathers. And if you have had a bad example of a pastor who yells, abuses, uses word carelessly, and you have embraced that over the time, look, that is not right. I am telling you today that that is not right, and I take a leave to apologize for that. You deserve better. You deserve better. And if you are tempted as a son out there hearing us today, where you experience that from father, experience that from your mentors, and you are tempted to do that to your wife or your children, I say, please don't try at all. The fact that they fail doesn't mean that you should fail. Make sure you get it right. And believe me, the calm presence will always bring a calm blessing to your house. And the Lord will bless you for it.
Amen. 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 Daddy, my last question to you. Why do some fathers set themselves to be destroyed?
Ay, 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 ay. Again, it comes to the will. Not easy. It comes to the will. We can ask ourselves, what kind of destruction? Financial destruction, social destruction, physical destruction, marital destruction. We can bring it. It all comes to just one thing, one thing, and that one thing is allowing sin to reign in our mortal bodies rather than making the spirit to reign in our mortal bodies. No, two wrongs do not make a right. If I am reacting in a way my wife did this or my children, I'm going to punish them, you end up punishing yourself. If God wants to punish us for the wrong that we have done, I don't think that we can stand 2 seconds. So I can destroy myself by habits. And sometimes habits once formed are difficult to break.
Mm-hmm.
If I am a man and I'm providing for the household and I know there is enough for the household financially, but I'm gambling on the side. I'm doing secret gambling on the side. There is a point, even if I don't lose everything, deep inside, I'm losing integrity. I'm losing integrity of who I truly am as a man. There are some men who do that very well. And if you do that, you set yourself up for a fall. If you're a woman or a man who is out there, whom you have a beautiful wife, you have beautiful children, but you are playing side stuff, you are playing side stuff, you're going to destroy yourself. You see, the destruction is not just bringing a disease to your wife one day or disgrace to your wife. No, you are disgracing the God whom you believe in. And in fact, if you don't believe in any God at all, you are disgracing the foundation that makes you a husband. So, sexually, if you're having sexual escapades out there, I'm only assuming, you are destroying your home, you're destroying your. I mean, how do you come then back to home and then come and sleep with your wife, who is your bona fide wife? You know that once you get together, you are not fully together. But there are some men there who don't really care. The more, the better for them. And God intended it to be 1-on-1, not 1-on-5 or 1-on-10. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Maybe you're destroying yourself by the way you carry yourself around, character. You think that when you walk home, you drive home, everybody must run and flee so that you yell, scream. No, don't do that. It is not the character of God. It does not even look good on a man. Yelling and screaming does not even look good on a man. If you have a true definition of a man, yelling is not part. A man yells only when there is danger.
A man yells
Only
when
when there is
danger.
danger. That is yell and scream, not or when danger. When something is going to happen, sky is going to hit somebody, something is going to fall on somebody, you can yell. And you don't yell in conversation with your spouse or your children. You don't yell as a pastor, even on the pulpit. You don't yell at your congregation. It is not a sign of a good man. So don't set yourself up for fall in character, socially, financially, and emotionally. Don't do that.
Thank you very much, buddy. Before I let you go, what advice have you got for men out there? But please, before you come on this, the phone lines are still open. You can come in with your contributions, please. Yes, Daddy, let's listen to you. What advice have you got for
Although
and
the
father?
advice, the first advice I have for fathers is that no father is perfect. Don't operate from the basis of perfection.
Mm,
Operate from the basis of willingness to learn. Be teachable. No father is perfect at all. In fact, there is a songwriter who wrote a beautiful song. It's entitled Good Good Father. I
mm,
like you all to look at the lyrics. And then he said, it was written by Pat Barrett and Tony Brown. He said, oh, I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think you are like, but I've heard the tender whisper of love in the dead of night. And you tell me that you are pleased and that I'm never alone. We are never alone.
mm,
In the death of the night, we feel that you are failed in so many ways. Don't beat yourself up. Brace yourself up and reach out for help. Reach out for help. And sometimes our first help would come from our wives. Believe me, the first help you will need as a father will come from your wife. Reach out to your wife. Learn from them. It doesn't matter how they say it or do it. Learn from them. It will do you well. It will build your home. I can easily say I could have quoted 200 scriptures right now, but I chose not to. I decided not to quote scriptures here and there. No, no, no. Because parenting is practical. It's not only a spiritual thing. No, it's not at all. So as we are learning this, learn from people who know better than you do. And I believe that when you are teachable, you can learn and you can become an expert. Even experts have their flaws. So my advice is that when you think you have done it so well and it doesn't come well, just take a deep breath and do it again. The lesson that we were taught in Sunday school or when we were in kindergarten, if you try and don't succeed, try again. Even if you succeed and you think you haven't, try again. Success has no limit. Keep succeeding, keep succeeding, keep succeeding. Allow yourself to succeed.
success doesn't have an end. Keep succeeding. Yes.
Yes.
Daddy, thank you very much. Happy Father's Day to
Mommy,
you.
thank you. Mommy, thank you. Eh, Mommy, thank you. By the way, a father must always know that the wife is the first babe, right? So the father must always make sure that the wife feels very, 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 very cherished. A father is an incomplete father without the mother. And now, Anita, if I can say, you may be a father right now. You lost that beautiful woman who was supposed to be your partner to raise your children. You went through a lot of difficulty. Our hearts go for you, and you did it all by yourself. We talk about single mothers, and sometimes we forget to talk about single fathers, and single fathers are bound. We want you to know that if the world has judged you wrongly, if the world looked down upon you, I feel like crying right now. But if you did it all by yourself and you thought that you failed in many ways, I want you to know that you have a father. He knows you by name. He knows you by name. Keep trying. Go to friends who will build you up, not break you down. Fatherhood is a sacred calling. It's not just anything. So, from the depth of our hearts, we want you to know that He's reaching out to you. Reach out to Him for the best, and you will do the best. God bless you out there. God bless you out there. God bless you out there. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for coming, Pastor Emmanuel Ayaji. Apamatode, Miakata Miefonia.
I don't remember some of them, but
Thank
a
you.
few, a few that I can say to navigate my waters. I think I still have a few in there. Mhm.
Thank Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank
Anita,
you.
before you run away, I want to remind everybody who late that they should go and look at Psalm 3 as the standard for fatherhood. Standard for fatherhood. They should actually go look at it. Psalm 23. And even our Father who art in heaven, hallowed. All those things that were just was asking us to ask the Father. That is what a father is supposed to be doing here on earth. He said, "Our Father who art in heaven." That means that the ones on earth are supposed to be doing theirs also. So let's not forget about that. Let's not go into the second section of this. So let me leave you to wrap it up. Over to you.
Thank you so
Bless
much for gracing this program for us with your presence, your time, everything. We say God richly bless you and your home.
I received that. Blessed already because now I have you. I have the technical, the technician over there. So I am double blessed today.
Amen, 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 amen. I have to let you go. We'll speak behind closed doors shortly. Thank you very much. But before you
So
go, please, before I let you go,
yeah.
can you put out your social media handles for your church?
Do I have one? I have to think about it. Where do I put that? I'll let my wife do that. It's www.livehouseofworship.com. That is the main website. And
Mhm.
if you go on the main website, you will see the links. Um, you will see, oh my goodness, there's a paparazzi in this. There's a serious paparazzi in this house. You know, yeah, that is the address. And we are in Vancouver,
Hmm.
the most beautiful city in the whole world. And I don't be jealous, it's the most
I'm
beautiful
already
city in the
jealous.
whole world. And that is my personal, private, and confidential. Hey, where did this guy get my private and confidential phone number?
No worry.
Mm, mm, paparazzi. Yeah, so that is our number.
Work.
You know, so when you look at Liberty House of Worship Vancouver, you will see some of the information that we have. Thank you so much for the honor and the opportunity to share this information with the world. And we don't take it for granted. God bless you too. God bless you deeply.
Thank you so much, Pastor Emmanuel, for coming.
You're so
May
very
God
welcome.
really bless you and speak to you behind closed doors shortly. Say
Amen.
hello to the family for us. Bye.
Thank you. Blessings on all of you. Bye.
So, people, we thank you very much for your time, for allowing us into your various homes. We say, may God richly bless you. Please, if today is your first time of coming onto this channel, do not go. There is more to come. We are still learning. Learning, education has no limit, it has no end. We learn every blessed day. New things comes up every blessed day. We need to be abreast with the times and seasons we are in presently. Um, Please click on the subscription button to subscribe. Right after it comes the bell icon. Click on all. That is all you are looking for. ALL. All, and that's it. And then please like this program for us. The time is this way. Click on this one, not this one. Click on this one to help us promote this program. We've got quality content on this channel. You are part of it. So help us grow this channel. We are here to stay every blessed day, every blessed week, we come up with different content. Help us grow this channel. We say God bless you. On Crystal Creations TV, on the same channel, we've got the new segment which is called Life Lessons. Life Lessons, we talk about daily things that are happening. Some people have chosen to expose their nakedness, thinking they are going to get work, yet they are in their rooms crying. Anyway, this is not where to talk about it, but we've got the life lessons also on this channel. Please do check it out. Let's all learn together. Let's grow together. I say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Crystal Creations TV, we say thank you. We love you. God bless you for your time. We say happy Father's Day to all, again, responsible fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to single fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to husbands who are manning their homes. Happy Father's Day to you all. Happy Father's Day to my father-in-law. That is law. Thank you. To also go, it also goes to my father, Elias Kokufias. You know it. We fight, eh? We fight. But hey, this morning like this, I said it to my pastor, Pastor Aaron, to Pastor Eric Emmanuel Ayaji. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to all our pastors, Pastor Jeffrey Kwasin, Pastor Jerry Panu. We say God bless you. We say, God bless you, Pastor Damasi. All the pastors whose names I've not been able to mention, please forget me and forgive me, but we love you. God bless you all. Pastor Joyce, you're also around. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your support. We love you very much. We appreciate you. Happy Father's Day once again from Crystal Creations. And it is a bye.